Monday morning. Okay, how everybody's doing? Mr. Frederick, good morning. Happy Monday. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night. So this is the verse Galatians 3:26. For ye are all the children of God by faith in Christ Jesus. Woo! You know what that means. All right, guys. That being said, I want to go right into it today. Um, don't shrink yourself. Don't shrink yourself, guys. A lot of people fall into this trap, unfortunately, and they do shrink themselves in situations. Maybe they've been taught to do that. But in the end, you're responsible. Do not shrink yourself on any occasion. If you cannot be in an environment that is welcoming of your presence and that can handle your presence, you should change that environment. That's the best way to go. So when you shrink yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing them a disservice because that's an opportunity for them to learn to be more open to someone who's different or someone who might intimidate them, because that's how you grow ultimately. So yeah, that's the message today. Sometimes when you're going in situations, you might be the odd man out or woman. You might be the difference maker. You might be the different one. But when you're in those situations, don't feel bad about it because a lot of times you have to be different in order to make a difference. So your differences are welcomed. And a lot of people think the other way around. They think, oh, I need to be like everybody else. No, your difference is what makes you different is going to be what really highlights you. That's going to be the difference between you getting an opportunity and you not. Okay, standing out. So don't let that work against you. You let that work for you. So make sure you don't do that because you really have to pay attention. I seen this quote too earlier this week, guys. Everybody come and give me some likes, guys. Come on, give me some likes. It's a good one. It's don't shrink yourself. That's the message for today. And one thing too, I find that when people shrink themselves in situations, they over explain. So they go into situations, relationships, and when it's confrontation or when it's even any perceived confrontation, they automatically start to over explain themselves, which is a form of shrinking yourself, giving too much information unnecessarily. So I say, when you're doing that, all of those little microaggressive or passive aggressive actions, over time they build up. It's like the straw that breaks the camel's back, they're cumulative. So you end up, before you know it, you start out this big and now you're this big. And you're trying to fit in wherever you go. Come on, guys, give me some likes as you come in. And that's when you're in a really bad place, when you find yourself doing that. When you find yourself constantly adjusting and dancing around and, oh, what mask do I have to wear here? What mask do I wear here? Then you're completely lost and you forget who you are altogether. Come on, guys, let's get some likes going. So what I say to that is you have to be conscious of your actions when you're acting socially, even in a professional environment. Be conscious of your relationships, how you talk to people, how they're talking to you. Be very conscious. Don't just, dismiss it, because when you get into the habit of shrinking yourself, you're shrinking your opportunities. Because the smaller you become and the more like everyone else you become, you lose opportunities to stand out. And ultimately, that's what a business, anyone who wants to make, money, you want people who stand out, that give you something different than anybody else. That means whatever company you have can expand. Hey guys, how you guys doing today? So yeah, you really want to focus on being authentic. You want to focus on being able to uh, notice, identify when you think you're shrinking yourself. You have to be very self-aware. When you feel as though you're uncomfortable, you're adjusting, when you get that feeling, that knot in your stomach, pay attention to it, because you don't want to do this. You don't want to shrink yourself. In the long run, it's going to hurt you. It might be a short-term benefit in a sense, But long term, you have to go in other environments and you have to perform and you have to be at your best, level of self. So that's why I say when you start at one place, you'll continue at other places. Come on, guys, give me some more lights in there. So make sure you don't do that. Saying here I have here. See, worry. Okay, worry is seeing what's open when you don't have. Yeah, seeing your eyes open and seeing what you don't have. Okay, eyes closed to see what you do have. I got that quote all mixed up. But the point is, guys, is you want to make sure that you are consistent with that. Pay attention to yourself. Be emotionally aware. Do not shrink yourself. Be your best in all environments. Okay, guys. And I wanted to say this, don't argue your value with anyone. Okay. Your value is non-negotiable. Your value is what you said is. Don't argue. It's not something up for debate. Your value is what it is. Okay. Don't do that. All right, guys. And I want to say, give a shout out to a jazz musician I've been listening to a lot lately. I don't know if you guys know Huge Groove, but man, that's a good jazz. If you could check him out. He's a good musician, saxophone. I think he's from Europe. I'm not really sure, but check that out. It's EUG, Groove. But anyway, a lot of jazz, good music, Freedom Hall. I mean, lots of good singles. I mean, the whole album. I listened to his collection, and I was very surprised and very number one guy I'm listening to right now. So check him out. All right, guys. Tomorrow. See you then.